Travelers on the Omnibus occasionally touches on mature subject matter with mature language. As such, audience discretion is advised.
Welcome, travelers on Omnibus. Field trip, nerd, pop culture. Because why use many word when few word do? Me, Brady Davis.
I, Jody Kite.
Me, Ethan.
J. Mick.
There you go. Getting straight to the point.
Censored.
Cut this, but
Censored.
Now I feel sad for some reason. I don't know why.
All right. Since we're cutting it. Potatoes. All right.
Since we're cutting it.
Censored.
No.
yeah, you don't even want that. You don't even want that.
Going through so many emotions.
You
right
don't
now.
even want that on
Leave
a
that
file
part in.
that might end up somewhere accidentally.
Yeah.
Shit gets hacked. Okay, we're coming back.
We're already back.
Oh, okay.
We're already back.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
We like leaving the people like wondering what happened and why it got
exactly. It's like, what the fuck are they doing in there?
We're less
wanna
than a minute in.
I want to be at a live broadcast of Travelers on the Omnibus.
Yeah.
We were already censoring before the recording started.
Yeah, I'm going to start because I haven't done very much.
Sure.
Because most of yesterday I spent doing research for this episode, and by that I mean watching intros to 80s and 90s cartoons.
Hell yeah.
So really the only thing that I've done that's worth talking about is I started the new season of Dandadan.
Nice.
I need to continue it.
It's good so far. Like it's still really good, and it starts off.
I'm sorry. I found out that the voice of Rita Repulsa is also one of the voice actors on Dandadan.
Oh,
And I don't know which one. She might be the grandma.
It's probably, yeah.
It's probably the grandmother, the really hot grandmother.
Yep.
This is why I don't watch anime.
I mean, that's fair.
Really hot
Sure.
grandmother scares me.
That is very fair.
Sure.
Yeah, it's good so far. I think I'm like 5-6 episodes in, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's good so far. They're going back to, hey, we're going to give you a really sad story about this thing that we're fighting.
They always do.
I did not go back to remind myself what the fuck was going on in the last episode.
Sure.
So I was confused as fuck
For a minute, yeah.
But I mean, who has time to go back and rewatch a series?
For sure.
Yeah.
She's Turbo Granny.
Yeah,
Yeah, she is.
She's
Yeah.
Turbo
Oh
Granny.
no! Okay,
No,
she's-
Turbo Granny is.
Yeah, that's the spirit that gets
Yeah,
put in the cat.
In the
Yes.
cat. Yeah.
There's like a cat figure.
Oh, you're talking about the voice actor. I got
lucky-
Yeah,
you.
the voice actress for
lucky-
Rita Repulsa
for Turbo
and
Granny.
Turbo Granny,
Okay.
same person.
that
Sure.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense because she
Yeah.
would be older.
Right.
I always, when I watched Power Rangers as a child, I didn't know that it was like part of it was taken from like Japanese. So I was
Right.
always really confused when her mouth and her
Right.
words did not match, but everybody
always-
else's did.
The parts that got me were the Japanese footage in one type of film grain.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers being almost crystal clear.
For
Like,
like-
what the fuck?
For like
Yeah.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
For like
That's what
2 whole
happens
seasons.
when you're on the moon.
Yeah.
Also, they cut out the part in the Japanese show where she's on a flying tricycle,
Ah, damn. Yeah.
which we needed that.
Yeah, we definitely lost out. Damn you, Ham Saban. Saban, I think.
No,
his
I
name.
like Ham Saban better.
I'm just now picturing a ham suplexing a train.
Ham. I've never heard.
Saban.
I believe it's Haim Saban.
I've
Yeah.
never heard his first name. said.
I've heard Haim Saban and Haim
Yeah.
Saban, so I'm not sure.
But yeah, Dan, it's good so far.
Yeah, Dandadan's good.
Yeah, I need to really watch more shit, but like, who has the fucking time?
No, understandable.
Yeah, that's me. So, Jody, what have you been up to?
Well, there's chocolate, and then there's chocolate, and only Wonkas can boost your confidence like a skyrocket. Put your hand in your pocket and get some Wonka chocolate.
No.
Yes.
Brady, call the stroke crew. I think he's having a stroke.
I'm just impressed. Like, he didn't like pull that up on his phone or anything.
No, he just did it.
knew
No,
that.
that's good. It's like, so you're either in complete control of your mental faculties or going through a stroke. Like, it's one way or the other.
That's true. That's true. Well, I quoted it because I didn't want us to get, flagged or anything. Well, there's chocolate and there's chocolate. Only Wonka's make. Okay. All right. Anyway, I watched Wonka on Max over the weekend. I took a long time to watch it because I heard a clip from Pure Imagination a while back, and I don't know what it was, but it just didn't vibe with me. So I was like, I don't really know. So
They do Pure Imagination in the.
they do, but it's a different version of it, of course, and it's slower. But it's I don't know. Like the guy, I haven't watched Paddington, but I want to watch Paddington now because the guy who did the first two Paddington movies did this, and he did a phenomenal job.
I've heard the Paddingtons are really, really good.
Also, they did it. This is another thing I didn't know about, but I didn't know how like obsessive the Roald Dahl like family was about the properties and everything like that. But they have a production company, and they worked with everybody. Everybody worked with everybody basically on it. Another thing I didn't know was like this movie was in pre-production in 2018, trying to get, and apparently like Timothy Chalamet was like his number one or whatever. And Chalamet, by the way, hadn't really been in anything. He had seen his YouTube videos of some of his stuff in college acting classes or whatever that he had posted on YouTube. So Chalamet wasn't even really a named anything when this guy wanted Chalamet to play Willy Wonka in this movie. Which is wild, and I think it got delayed also during COVID as well. But anyway, fantastical movie. I really enjoyed it for a lot of reasons. For one, unlike Beetlejuice, which I've only gotten 30 minutes into that movie. It's on Netflix. It's really hard. And you look back at the original Beetlejuice movie, and like Michael Keaton's only in that movie for like 10 minutes, right? He's on, and 8 of those minutes is at the end of the movie. Like he's barely in that movie at all. And in the first 30 minutes of it, he's in like 10 minutes already, and it's like too much. And you can't understand what he's slurring his language. Anyway, there are like, reasons to do a remake, a remaster, whatever. Money's always the reason, but there's also artistic reasons. And Beetlejuice has like, even if I get through it, has no heart, it has no soul. It's just like, it's so empty. Like there's no emotional anything attached to any of the characters. It's just like a bunch of bits and scenes, going into other scenes or whatever. This Wonka movie, to me, was like, there was so much, it reminded me of older Hollywood because there was so much put into it. Like all the costumes were done like perfectly. They spent all the time on the costumes. All the songs are really good. And they have callbacks to the songs. And Hugh Grant as a Oompa Loompa is all right. It's fine. A lot of people will complain about that, but they'll complain about that forever. And understandably so. But the plot, they explained a lot of things about like, why he, was able to do like make chocolate in the way he made it, or make candy in the way he made it, and to put feeling into what he was doing or whatnot. And it's because he's also a magician, so that also, works into his favor or whatever. No, I dug it. I actually watched it twice.
Huh.
So yeah, I loved it. I know Jay had seen that movie, right? Jay, you've seen
No,
Wonka?
I have not.
You have not seen
I
Wonka?
want to.
Yeah.
And the reason is Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Like of the actors of his generation,
Yeah.
I believe like he could pull off something that was immortalized by Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
Like to a level where I wouldn't mind it. That's how highly I think of his acting.
The movie also has a lot of really good character actors. You have Rowan Atkinson's in the movie. Key from Key and Peele plays the main character as one of the police officers in it. I'm trying to think of some of the other side actors, but I can't think of off the top of my head. But there's so many people in this movie, and it was filmed. It was filmed in England, and they recorded the soundtrack at Abbey Road.
Oh, okay.
So it was just really cool and fresh. Because for me, a quote unquote, another thing that I really miss about when I was growing up that you don't really have is they've tried and failed, like Hugo and stuff like that. They've tried and failed of having your big budget, like kids movie or wholesome movie. And it usually always fails in some degree because it's just really hard to capture that with it also being serious enough for it to be good for adults as well. Yeah. And I think this hit all the notes, like all the, it gave me that like Christmas Carol vibe or whatever. Like it was just like they hit all the good notes and all the and everything made sense within the universe of the movie. I loved it. Like for a new movie, I loved it. For a new like mainstream, especially like kids kind of movie, I loved it. I thought it was great.
I feel there's for timeless, like movies that are for children that to me can stand the test of time. One, respect kids. I don't mean like it's like, oh, we're trying to entertain. No, I mean respects their
intelligence,
burgeoning intelligence,
Yeah.
and like presents them an
For
idea
sure.
and let them rather than just like, this is what the message is.
Right.
I think also it's also a respect for adults, not in the, oh, we threw this secret thing in here for adults. No,
Right.
it's stuff that's out there that an adult will pick up, that a child will not pick up, that they can also kind of gather to.
Right.
And then finally, the third part doesn't go on until later, which is when that child becomes an adult and looks back and kind of takes in the entire thing from both sides of the spectrum. I think if a movie, Wonka pulls that off. I think The Lion King pulls that off fantastically.
Yeah.
There are a few others. Those are, and
There's a lot of those like Disney Renaissance movies that can pull that off.
Yeah, I don't like Beauty and the Beast, and I don't hate it. It's
Sure.
not something that, but I feel it does that as well.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not in a place in my head like both when I was that age and now to appreciate it. But I think that one also kind of does that
Beauty
as
and
well.
the Beast is like one of those like fairy tale aimed more. I hate to say this, like, but at the time it felt like it, and it's true, aimed more towards it. Girls. I mean, it's very it's a beautiful movie. And don't get me wrong, but also it's probably my least favorite out of the '90s Renaissance movies.
I'm probably going to watch Wonka, the new Wonka, sometime like before the next episode. I'm probably going to do that.
Yeah, it's really fantastic.
I don't know if I'll ever get around to watching it because like I had a she was basically an aunt, and she would when they lived in Brookhaven. Well, she lived in Jackson, but she would come down and we would go there like every couple of weekends. We would go up there and spend the weekend with them. And we didn't have like cable or anything, but she had cable, and she had like Disney Channel and all these things. So she would tape things for me. And, every time I came up there was a tape with some things on there. And one of the very early ones was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So I watched the ever loving shit out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And I just can't see anybody playing Wonka except for Gene Wilder. Like he has some, and I know like I've heard good things. Yeah. But like I don't know if I'll ever get around to watching it because I don't know. I don't think I can personally get over that hump.
That's fair.
Of like care. Like even if I watch it, I'm probably not gonna like it all that much because I can't get over the hump of like Gene Wilder basically broke Willy Wonka for any other like ruined any other person.
No, that's fair. No, yeah. If they ever decide to do an Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford, I don't think my brain would allow me to process that.
That's why Young Indiana Jones didn't do well. I know what it was aimed at, but anyway, no, I feel the same way, Brady. But like as soon as the movie started, like within the first like 5 or 10 minutes, I forgot about everything else and just enjoyed the movie. I'm not saying that you'll have that experience if you ever try to, but all the nostalgia part of it. Like I felt the nostalgia of it, but I didn't like adhere to any of the original movie. The original movie didn't play in my mind at all when I was watching this.
Yeah. But it does make sense that like that movie kind of does that like good childhood thing, child movie thing, because everything that I've heard about the Paddington movies like is that.
Yeah.
It's just a good, nice, wholesome movie that like adults can get some stuff out of and children can also get some stuff out of. So it seems like that's like that director's wheelhouse.
There's a lot of things like I also compared this to the original version of The Producers versus like the musical that they turned into another movie of The Producers. Is that in the original movie the only really song that you have is at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then like the original Charlie and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, getting my cross, because of the story, and the 2005 movie is called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Is that the songs, there was really only a couple of songs in the original movie. There's like compared to this one. There's way more songs in this movie. Like you had like you had Pure Imagination in the original movie, and you had but if you take the Oompa Loompa song out, because I'm just saying, like they have an Oompa Loompa song in the new movie too, but the Oompa Loompa songs are like the transitional, like in between scenes they do the Oompa Loompa songs. There's like Oompa Loompa songs and Pure Imagination. That's really it. Like I don't really
Candyman.
There
I
is
Got a Golden Ticket.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Now, I will forgive you if you forgot the one that Charlie's mom
song.
Oh yeah.
Because even as a child, I was like, oh my god, can we get on with it?
yeah. Golden Ticket.
It is the most boring song, but like,
the most boring and depressing song.
It is an incredibly depressing song because it's like, Jesus Christ, I already
You have dreams, child. No, don't do that.
There's a decent amount of songs there. Maybe not as many. I would have to actually go song by song.
Veruca Salt
song.
That's true.
Yeah. I Want It All. Yeah.
But I just
I Want It All or I Want It Now?
I want it now.
I Want It Now. Maybe it's either. It's one or the other.
Because I'm thinking about the Queen song. I Want It All.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a great movie. It's got heart. And the songs are really catchy, and everything was done with love.
I'm glad to hear that. Like I said, I probably won't ever watch it, but I am glad to hear that because I like it when, if you're going to do like one of these, we got to do a prequel or we got to do a sequel or we got to do some kind of legacy sequel or we got to do this or that. Right. I like when you put, you put some effort into it. Like
they put a lot of effort into this.
Half-assed.
They put a lot of effort into this.
It's like Blade Runner 2049. Like they didn't half-ass that.
They put a lot of effort into it.
Regardless of whether or not I think it should exist. They put a lot of effort in it. It's a good movie. And after
watching it, I can say that like I'm glad that they made it. It was definitely like, was this movie necessary? I think so. I think it added a little bit more. A little bit more lore to a character, and they put other characters. This is something else I found out by watching behind the scenes. They put other doll characters from other books in this movie as well.
That's interesting.
To basically like widen out the the universe of all his stories.
Ethan, were you not able to find the song because it kept showing you stuff about Veruca Salt, the band?
No.
See there.
There's a band called Veruca Salt.
Girls.
I have the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory song list, and it is I Want It Now.
I Want It Now. Okay.
Yeah. It is I Want It Now. Okay, good.
She says I want it all in several times in the song.
I just remember because the last thing she says before going down the golden goose chute is I want it now.
Yeah.
There's two.
My favorite thing about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is both when they do the weird machine that like takes them through the car wash thing and the boat. Yeah. They are both full, so he knew that kids were going to die as the thing went on.
Oh yeah,
because there was not room in the boat for Augustus Scaloo and his mother.
Yeah,
there is Quarter Crew. They took Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and they made it rated R with edits. It's just like
it's one of those PG movies that can fuck a child up.
And it's just cuts of Willy Wonka going, "Oh no, you don't swim in the chocolate. No, oh no, how dare you."
Yeah,
there's a PG movie from the 80s. The name of it is Sheena, and
she gets naked.
It stars Tawny Roberts, and she is naked in a pool, like not in like a pool, like a lake pool kind of like thing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is PG. The fuck. And again, of course, Wizards rated G.
Yeah, right.
Fairy nipples.
Fairy nipples.
There you go.
There are 2 soundtracks to Wonka.
Okay.
There is the songs from Wonka, and then there is the songs that have like some of the in-between dialogues, like they did with Sweeney Todd, because they recorded, not this movie, but Sweeney Todd, they recorded some of the music like they did with Les Mis.
Yeah.
So there is no like studio version of some of these songs. It's when they were in recording outside on some of them. But anyway, we should be moving on. There's another thing I did. There's a series of books. There's 12 of them. And it's the original Gundam manga hardcover.
Ooh.
There's 2 different versions of this because this came out like a couple years ago. I just found out about this, by the way. This one, if you're wanting to know the difference, there's 12 of these. They're smaller, and the spines all match together to make like a panorama.
Ooh, I love that.
The new ones, there's 12 of these, and I'll tell you the price point in a minute. There's 12 of these, and the reason why I got these over the other ones is the other ones are like they're going to these oversized omnibuses now that are like one color. So the new Gundam books, manga omnibuses are gigantic and blue, and they're so big to where you can't comfortably read them on your lap.
Yeah,
that's how big they are. Also, the price point is that those are $55 because they're large and new, and there's only 6 of those because of how big they are.
Yeah, because they basically, I think, combined just 2 volumes into one.
There's 12 of these, and originally when they were printed, these were $30. But they're on Amazon for $20.
Ooh,
nice.
Also, there's a difference. I'll let you look real quick. They both have the color pages at the beginning, but the difference between this book and the other book is that all the pages, including the black and white ones, are glossy.
Oh yeah,
and the new ones are matte.
Yeah, I'm looking them at Amazon right now. This one is going at 25 right now. After that, everything is floating around the $20 mark with the 4th volume going for like 17 right now.
When I bought that last week, it came in the other day. When I bought that last week, it was $20. It was on sale for $20. You know how those prices fluctuate. Yeah. But yes, I really dig the setup, the format for that. It's perfect size for reading in your lap or in bed or whatever. And I plan on getting all 12 of them. I mean, $20 to $25, get one every paycheck kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just started getting into Gundam recently. Speaking of getting into Gundam,
he's going back into his bag of Gundam.
Speaking of Gundam, I went to Mobile Saturday with some friends. This is very short. Hobby Lobby has sales once or twice a year on their models. And I don't really care that much about models, except I collect Gundams, like box kits.
Yeah.
And they were 40% off.
Oh,
wow. For that day, because the sale was like a week long, and that was the last day. So I got 2 master grade Gundam model kits for $100. Now that sounds like a lot of money, and it is. But the main large one that I got, they're both pretty big, but one's sizably larger. Not quite perfect grade, but they're master grade, which is one below perfect grade, which is like the biggest and the most intricate of the Gundam model kits. And that one was like $125 before the sale price, and the other one was like $65 before the sale price, and I paid $100 for both of those Gundam models.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So when or if I'll ever build them, who knows? But I did get them.
Yeah.
So one is the original Gundam, and it's a master grade version of that Gundam, and then another one is like a Zeta, which is like just one of the giant red ones.
Yeah.
That looks way cooler. And the only reason why I got the other Gundam was because those were the only 2 master grade Gundams that they had. So I'm like, I could have gotten like 6 or 8 of the medium sized ones that were like the real grade, which is like just above the base grade.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that. I went all out and got the giant fucking stupid intricate that would probably take me like 2 weeks to put it together if I've never put one together before.
Let me ask this real quick.
Sure.
Do you have clippers yet?
I do.
Oh, you do have clippers. Okay.
Yeah, I bought like the last time I went there and they had a sale, I bought like 4 of the smaller ones because I wanted to start small, and should have got a big one then because they had one of the Gundam Wing Gundams that was like $80 that was going to be like $50 or whatever.
Yeah.
With the giant fucking wings and everything.
Oh, yeah. Wing Zero from Endless Waltz.
I should have gotten that. But yeah, when I bought the last models I got like a steel file and a pair of steel clippers from Hobby Lobby as well. And so I have a file and a pair of clippers, which is really all you need.
Yeah,
for Gundam models. But yeah, that's me.
Yeah, Squidmar actually did a video about Gundam.
Is Gundam going to? I think it's like, is Gundam going to replace Warhammer for your hobby or something, or whatever the name of that title was?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting what they did, because one of them actually made like a diorama and like painted it painted it up.
They make for really good dioramas. In fact, they have a contest. Bandai has a contest once a year in Japan for the best diorama, and if you win, Ethan, you not only win a cash prize, but you win a one-of-a-kind Gundam model kit that nobody else has, which is impressive.
Yeah.
It's a kit. It's basically a kit bashing contest with dioramas. So,
yeah. All right. Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
All right, Ethan, what you been up to?
Last week, me and Bianca, we started watching the new season of Wednesday on Netflix.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just it's not.
That's
really
That's your starting point.
It's not really my type of show to watch.
Okay.
It's more.
Did you feel that way about the first season?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just par for the course.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Bianca really enjoys it.
So you gotta do what Bianca says.
I'm a happy wife.
I remember.
It's like if Wednesday was also like a Sherlock Holmes, Nancy Drew style character, while also going to a private school where everyone is either like some type of like outcast ability, like someone can like make things levitate. One person's a werewolf, one person's a gorgon, things like that. The new season has Steve Buscemi as the principal.
Nice.
And so I'm thinking like, okay, I can get behind it. And Luis Guzman as Gomez.
Yeah.
And I enjoy Luis
I think Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
I do like the casting with the characters. I think they're very fitting.
I like Luis Guzman because he looks like Gomez looks like in the original comic.
Yeah.
Like when we think of Gomez, we think
John Aston
or Raul Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like somebody who looks a little. John Aston's got that kind, and
he's kind of close.
I saw but he's still like he's more of a. He's got kind of a car salesman look about him. But then, of course, like Raul Julia is like super suave looking.
Right.
And like handsome and everything.
He's not like short and pudgy.
But Gomez kind of looked like a little shit.
The actor that plays Pugsley like looks very shockingly like Raul Julia.
Oh, wow.
Like very similar. But it's all right for what it is. It's not my cup of tea. But
you know, the dude who played Gomez is the only he's the only one of that original of the show of the original
still
show
alive.
that's still alive.
Yeah. John Aston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe father of Sean Aston.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Gomez
Rudy
and
slash-
Samwise.
Yeah.
Rudy / Samwise Gamgee.
But yeah, that's really all.
Speaking of Samwise Gamgee, I have to interject real quick. Weta Workshop.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar.
Yes.
Is releasing. Okay.
They did the special effects for Lord of the Rings.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Continue.
They've also done model stuff, and
Yeah, they had a board game come out.
so
It was like mech fighting.
they're releasing a it's a statue.
Yeah.
They're releasing a statue with the entire Fellowship and Golem, and they're going up a spiral staircase in Moria, and each one of the figures is 1/9 scale.
Jesus.
And also they have like different like, you know, kind of like looks like you see like a flowing story amongst the characters. You see Gimli looking over the staircase, like wondering what went wrong. You see like Boromir with his hand reaching out to help Samwise get up the stairs before he gets corrupted by the ring. $10,000.
Yep.
Jesus.
Because I was looking at it, I was like, this thing's got to be at least $1,000 because these statues usually go $300, $400. No, I was wrong.
Yeah, that's like a $300, $400 statue is like super fucking cheap for
That's
these.
basic. Yeah.
Have a friend who does statues that he's kind of backed away from it, but like some of them can get like super fucking expensive.
I was like $10,000.
If the words sideshow collectibles show up with it.
Yeah, you're not getting it for less than $1,000 from them, and that's for like a very small statue. I wouldn't have guessed $10,000, but in like the $5,000 range is probably what I would have.
Yeah.
But I knew it was going to be expensive when you said like
is,
ninth scale, and it's like a
this
big
thing is
diorama.
Huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Jesus.
Because the staircase they're on is large.
Yeah.
So after in between the break, I'll show you the video. They released a video on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a picture of the statue and then I'll pass it over.
Yeah, it's all 9 of the Fellowship. It's the newest thing that they've come out. So it's the Master something 8. It's gonna be Master 8. That's their 8th one they've done.
Okay.
I'm guessing they're gonna do 9, and that's gonna be it.
Probably. Okay. So that is it for Ethan. Jay, what have you been up to?
All right, I have a quick thing. This is something I didn't mention in the pre-show. So there's a gentleman on YouTube. Maybe it's female. Don't know. But they go by the title Atari X, and I will read you their channel description. I make AI Sonic shit posts and bad jokes. So they have produced a series of just absolute brain rot involving Sonic Adventure 1, where they use AI to like mimic the voices of all the voice actors from Sonic from the original Sonic Adventure, and they just make them say and do the most outlandish shit. Let's see who. There's been a bunch of special guests. Phineas and Ferb showed up, and that was weird. The guy from God of War, yes, Kratos himself, he shows up there. It's fucking strange. He sings a weird like Usher song, but it's in Kratos' voice, so that's fucking crazy. It's absolute absurdist comedy, and it's just it gets me through the day when I'm working. So I'm gonna bring that up right there. Second thing is I watched Thunderbolts. It is now currently on Disney Plus. Or Plus, if you say the entirety of the word, and I recommend it. It's a good movie. I really loved Florence Pugh in it. I think she was the right choice to kind of be the anchor for that ensemble. I think she did a really good job with it. I like. God, I hate to say it this way. I like Bill Pullman's son in that movie.
Yeah.
I can't remember his fucking first name. God damn it! I think he did a really good job.
Somebody said that him and Tom Holland always look like they have a frog in their mouth that they're trying to not let people know about.
Yeah, there you go. No, that's very good.
I've seen that comparison.
That's
like
good.
they both have that look about them.
But this one was low key, and I appreciated that like a whole bunch. I really appreciated the low keyness of it because I think you go in there kind of expecting, this is going to be some big kind of thing. Lewis Pullman, by the way, is the gentleman's name, and it's more low key. It's more emotional. It's more I care more about the people than I do care about them being superheroes.
Yeah,
I think they pulled it off. I think they did it real well. I was glad you have this to counterbalance, in my opinion, Fantastic Four, which is definitely the more like even with the emotional core to that, which I think is absolutely there, but it's more about like the spectacle of that, which I really enjoyed there. So there's a lot going on in that movie. I appreciate it. I'm glad I sat down to watch it. I recommend it. And then finally, welcome to Magic Corner, starring James McCarthy, where I talk about a hobby that I came back to just to spite myself. So, hey everybody, Future Jay here. So we went long again on Magic the Gathering. Who'd have thought? So we're doing another rest stop. It'll be Magic the Gathering Chatter Volume 2 coming soon or already out, depending on when you see this or hear this, because it's audio. Yeah. Pass Jay. Back to you, brother. And that's me.
All right. Well, I believe that's everybody. Jay, do we have any feedback?
No feedback this week, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being passengers on the bus this week. If you'd like to leave feedback on this or any of our previous episodes, travelersontheomnibus@gmail.com. Again, that is travelers, 1L, on the omnibus @gmail.com. Jody Kite, where else may they engage with us?
Spotify.
Yes, take part in any of our polls for this or any of our past episodes that still have active polls, and leave us a comment on this or any of our episodes. You may not even listen to it yet. Leave a comment, I didn't listen to this, and we'll know you didn't. It'll be fine.
There you go.
But again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being passengers on the bus this week. If you'd like to share this experience with friends, enemies, or anything in between, we are available on Amazon, Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music through our YouTube channel, Travelers on the Omnibus, and iHeartRadio.
You know, you can cut this, but I'm going to say it anyway. One hell of a rest stop there, boys. One hell of a rest stop that's happening as a rest stop.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think the signaling for that so I could make the edit easier was a
No,
giveaway?
I just knew that, that's what it was, and I wanted to say it out. So
There you
everybody
go. this part's staying in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I
absolute.
knew that too.
Absolute. There you go.
And with that, we'll return to our regularly scheduled broadcast. So, in the 80s, cartoons were deregulated in a way such that they could just become basically commercials for toys. That's why, I hate to break it to you if you didn't know this, but that's why you get all your G.I. Joes, your Transformers, and all that. All of these were to sell
All
toys.
the He-Mans.
He-Man, yeah. But so, to sell more toys and sell more toys, what do we have to do? Well, how about we start like adapting cartoons from popular movies? Well, for some reason they got the idea, well, why don't we just all these like R-rated movies, like why don't we just make those into cartoons?
Hey y'all, RoboCop, child-friendly neighborhood.
I'll be honest, I watched the shit out of RoboCop when I was a child. I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that most people that worked in the movie industry knew that underage kids watched these movies in theaters. They didn't fucking check IDs. They just let whoever go to whatever they wanted to go to.
So yeah, there basically became like a wave of these cartoons that were made from things that most people like. If they knew anything about the movie, they'd be like, "Hey, yeah, the kids should watch this shit." From what I could find, the earliest one was Rambo: The Force of Freedom.
Yeah.
This is basically a G.I. Joe knockoff. I couldn't find how many episodes it was.
I think it was maybe a season.
The thing that I discovered is most of these didn't make it past a season, and that season was like 13 episodes.
13 episodes was a go-to.
Except for one, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
For some reason, went way longer than that. But yeah, Rambo: The Force of Freedom. It was a G.I. Joe knockoff. It was just he had like a team. He had there was like a woman who was a master of disguise. There was some other dude, and they just fought. They just got some military guy.
They also had action figures based off of the cartoon.
Oh yeah. It goes without saying, all of these had action figures,
or maybe a Nintendo game.
Yeah. Before I get any further, a lot of my research that I did came from a YouTube channel called Secret Galaxy.
Yeah.
I highly recommend them. They do a lot of like breakdowns of like nostalgic brands and stuff like that.
They used to be called Toy Galaxy because what they would typically do would be they would talk about a franchise that was a cartoon and also a toy line.
Yeah. And the guy would literally do videos where he's just like, hey, this month these are the action figures that I brought, and I'm gonna cull some of them, and it's him figuring out which ones to get rid of. But yeah, it's great YouTube channel, especially if you want to go into like things of your childhood. They do like really good breakdowns.
They do,
depending on like how deep the topic can go. I think they break down like all of the Sentai series that Power Rangers was based on. I think it's like an hour long, but like most of their stuff is like 15 to 20 minutes long.
Typically, yeah.
But they're really, really good. I just want to shout them out because that's where I got a lot of my information from.
For sure.
Yeah, and then in 1988 we get RoboCop. I will say I never watched Rambo: The Force of Freedom. That was the year that I was born, so by the time I was where I could remember watching these things, that one had faded out really quick.
I think I remember seeing a couple of them. I think also a lot of these shows would have, because they didn't necessarily do very well, because the source material they were working around would have fluctuating timelines. Not timelines, but time spots, like when they would be on television. Like, Rambo would be on like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. And then, like, if it didn't do well, then like the last 2 episodes would be on a Sunday at like 9 or 10 or some shit or whatever.
Yeah. So, the next one that I found was, if we're going chronologically, RoboCop got his on.
Yeah.
This was shockingly accurate to what the
it was pretty close.
What the movie was.
It was pretty
the
close.
only thing is they like, instead of guns, they had laser guns. But like Gail Boddicker, one of the main bad guys, is still alive.
Right.
So RoboCop like hunts him and shit. This one, the toys all had like little spots where you could put the rolls of caps. Where I don't know if Ethan, you're familiar with cap guns and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay. But for those who aren't, you had like little rolls with these little discs inside them that if you usually it was like in like a gun that when you pulled the trigger, like the hammer would hit it and it would make like a big popping sound.
Yeah.
And they had these in the like you would stick them in the action figures. It was crazy. It was wild.
Yeah.
That one only went 13 episodes. But then 10 years later in 1998, they had RoboCop Alpha Commando, which actually went for 44 episodes.
Wow.
That one, I remember seeing that one. Like, I never watched that one. I think I've watched an episode or two of RoboCop. A lot of these I caught not on TV, but on but like they would put like a few episodes on a tape, and
you would typically get
rent
like
it.
2.
I'd rent it from one of the video stores in town.
You get like 2 episodes.
But yeah, I remember seeing RoboCop Alpha Command, but I never watched it. The designs in this one were a little bit more sleek. He had like a really sleek, cool looking motorcycle.
And they were a little bit more futuristic looking.
It's a little bit more futuristic. But yeah, and in the original RoboCop, like one of the scientist characters, they became, I think they were like a big bad where they would create like evil robots for RoboCop to fight.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about the original movie, like it was really based in just urban reality of the time. The only futuristic thing were the mechs and and RoboCop himself, really.
Yeah, and of course, it goes without saying that RoboCop, all of the social satire in RoboCop, they kind of stripped away.
Yeah,
because I was a kid, I watched the shit out of RoboCop,
right,
and I missed all of that shit.
Yeah, of course.
It was just like, this is a cool robot in a suit, and he's killing
shooting
the bad
stuff,
guys.
yeah,
and he fights another giant robot.
Yeah.
RoboCop was produced by Marvel Productions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a comic book.
Yeah.
It had like a 4-issue comic book or something.
It was slated for a 13 episode run. However, only 12 episodes were made.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that way they could use the rest of the money for the X-Men animated series.
Yeah, X-Men Pride of the X-Men. Instead of making 13 episodes, they made 12 episodes, and they used the money for the 13th episode to make Pride of the X-Men.
That's how
the
you
pilot.
do it, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a lady who was like over Marvel Productions at that time, and I watched an interview when they did on the Secret Galaxy channel. I remember that. Yeah, thank you for correcting me on that.
Would you rather have a 13th episode of animated RoboCop or an X-Men video?
So the Pride of the X-Men is very hard to find. I've never watched it, but from what I have heard, the consensus is that it's one of the best X-Men shows ever.
Yeah,
like that one single. I think that one single episode is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've seen bits. I've never watched the whole thing, but I've seen bits and pieces. But it's got like that classic. it's that era of X-Men where they added in like Storm and Colossus and Nightcrawler and Wolverine. So you've got like all of like some of the most popular characters who were not in the original X-Men on there. So it's like an interesting era of X-Men.
Right. Alrighty.
But yeah. Also in 1988, we have Police Academy, the TV show.
That's a wild one.
Yeah, this is a crazy one. The only thing I have from this is that the Fat Boys did the intro to the song.
It came out right after, like in between the 5th and 6th Police Academy movies.
They're running out of steam.
Yeah.
And it went on for 2 seasons.
Yeah. I think we, I can't remember if we talked about it or I think we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
They did like 7 police academies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also had a group of talking dogs.
Yeah.
Of course it did.
I watched the intro to this one and
wow.
The Fat Boys song, it slaps.
It slaps. Yeah.
It slaps. But yeah, I saw the dogs, but you don't see them like talk or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you see the guy who does the sound effects and stuff like that.
Yeah. So for anybody who's listening that has never seen the original movie that this cartoon is based off of, Police Academy, there's a scene in the movie where Steve Guttenberg pays a prostitute to suck the chief of police's dick under a podium. That's what this cartoon is based off of.
Yeah, the original Police Academy was in this era of sex comedies.
Yeah.
You had like your Porkies and stuff like that.
It was up that. It was up that.
Your Animal's House.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Animal's House. That's very good. Very good. Makes me think of the Muppet.
Yeah.
That movie would have been weirder if Muppets had been instead of.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muppet Academy.
Okay. Are you talking about Police Academy or
no, Animal House?
Animal House.
You know what? No, Police Academy too, as well.
Animal House. They're all Muppets except one person who's not the Muppet.
Oh, John Belushi.
Okay,
yeah.
That's an easy
100%.
one. Although if you do Muppetize him, it's Animal.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then it's truly the animal of Animal's House. Animal's House. Then it is Animal's House.
The next thing. So, does anybody have anything before in between then and 1990? Everything I found was
I don't
they
think
were,
so,
because these were mostly oddly enough, like we were talking like, oh, these were like the 80s. There are a few of them were in the 80s, but a lot
most
of them
were in the 90s.
Are actually into the 90s.
Yeah.
So, all of this I have no knowledge about.
Of course.
Okay.
I was unfortunately not
I was
born
yet.
I was never exposed to this by my father, so I have nothing to add to the table other than the things that I found.
I could just imagine this being like a Christmas morning after you've opened all your presents and your dad. I'm gonna do a fake voice for your dad.
Okay, gotcha.
Ethan, it's time to watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Which
why is he a drunk man from the 1920s?
I don't because I felt like doing.
There you go. Okay, I'm just
why does he also sound like he goes see?
Speaking of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes,
oh my God, your father's Eugene Robinson.
This was not
Edward
I
G.
found
Robinson.
out because I've never watched the original movies. I have watched the shit out of this because this one was actually on syndication.
It was very popular.
The cartoon of this.
Yeah.
So I'm familiar with it. I didn't know Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is actually not an R-rated movie. It's a PG movie.
It's probably the only PG movie Trauma ever did.
I don't think they actually did this one.
Really? Okay.
I don't if I remember correctly, because I watched the Little Secret Galaxy thing about this one.
I could have
I can't remember who did, but I don't
swore that was a Trauma movie.
But
might have just been a Lloyd Kaufman production before Trauma.
Possibly. I can't remember. And this one is actually more Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. The cartoon is more of a sequel. It takes a lot of the stuff from Return of the Killer Tomatoes, where they add the big bad guy and the chick who when she sneezes she turns into a tomato.
Produced by Foursquare Productions.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, this took place like after those. The Great Tomato Wars. Tomatoes have been banned everywhere. Can't get tomatoes, and the main bad guy starts creating tomatoes that can turn into humans, and one of them escapes, and it's this chick, and she teams up, and they try and defeat the guy, and there's a whole host of tomatoes. It's like beefsteak is one of them. He looks like a bull. You got a whole bunch of them. I can't remember. But they'd always do like little parodies.
This
like,
one had an
insane.
insane toy line.
Yes.
Like it had a toy for everything in that show.
Yeah. This one was pretty interesting. This one actually went for 21 episodes, 2 seasons. Yeah.
Oh, I have a little Foursquare Productions fact.
Okay.
They've only produced 6 movies.
Okay.
Guess how many of them are Killer Tomato related?
3.
The answer is 4.
The answer 4 of them. The other 2 were Assault of the Celery People. No. What were the other 2?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Killer Tomatoes Eat France.
Yeah.
Killer Tomatoes Strike Back.
Okay.
Okay, what were the other 2 movies that were not killer or tomato related?
1997 Black Dawn.
Okay.
And 1986 Happy Hour.
Okay. Sure.
I was concerned you were going to mention like a super like high profile fucking movie. It's like in 1993 they did Schindler's List. Like what the fuck?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes also had a like one of the tomatoes on the good side was like this furry dog tomato. It's really weird. But yeah, they also had the chick who would turn back and forth into a tomato. For some reason, in the first season, whenever she was like was around salt, she would sneeze and then turn into a tomato uncontrollably. But in the second season, they made it to where she could just turn back and forth. Also, the second season was one of the first TV shows to use CGI, which looked horrible.
It wasn't like Reboot.
Yeah.
Which was
is
exceptional.
famously not horrific to look at.
Yeah. What was it, Mega Drive? What was the bad guy?
No,
it was voiced by Tony J.
Yeah, the female virus was hexadecimal.
Yeah.
Megabyte?
It might have been Megabyte. Yeah.
It was
Megabyte.
Megabyte.
There you go.
Megabyte, yeah.
Mega Drive was the name of the Genesis in every place that wasn't America.
Yeah. The next one that I have that I want to talk about is one that is very near and dear to my heart. So, speaking of trauma, their first movie was the little movie called the Toxic Avenger.
Yep.
Which is not family friendly in the least whatsoever.
It's very family averse with all of the violence.
So Lloyd Kaufman was like, well, hey, what can we do to like get more out of this? How about we create a children's TV show? They didn't license this out to anybody. Trauma Productions did this. If you I watched the intro for Toxic Crusaders, which I never actually got a chance to watch the show.
Right.
I was just very enamored with the toys that were everywhere.
They had a lot of them
because they all had like little buckets of slime that you could.
They were very like as far as the toy lines go, really close to the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
adjacent.
I think they were the toys were put out by the same people who did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That makes a lot of
sense.
sense.
They were of that same quality and size and everything. I had like a little. It was like a hovercraft thing, with a little fan at the top of it. And then there was one dude that I had he had a giant nose, and you could pour the slime down the back of his head, and it.
I remember that one.
It's great. My parents hated, my mom especially hated that shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know how they let me even have it, to be quite honest. But yeah, Toxic Crusaders, a Trauma production.
Yeah.
Only goes for 13 episodes, but it's very like, and the origin story for like it's still the same. It's a really nerdy dude who falls into toxic waste and melts and becomes a giant super strong dude. Except he could like his mop was like magic and he could like stretch it and shit.
Yeah, the mop became also toxic. And got magical powers.
There was like a dog man. Who had like a really long tongue.
Yeah.
The main bad guy was like had like a crew cut and like a mask.
Yeah.
Like a shredder mask, and
Yeah.
he had 4 arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this one was wild, and it was always crazy. So have I told the story about me actually watching some Toxic Avenger movies?
Yes.
On
Yes, specifically, but I think it's very pertinent to engage again. Let me say this right now.
Yeah.
If your kid wants to watch a cartoon show from the 90s, make sure that it wasn't a movie in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because this might happen.
Yeah. So I really liked it. I take it back. I might have watched like an episode or two. I think I'd gotten some from the movie store. But one day I walked into the movie store and there's a Toxic Avenger movie. Hey, Mom, can I watch this? Yes, you can. Now, I didn't watch the first one. I didn't watch the second one. I didn't watch the third one. I watched Citizen Toxie, which is about him fighting the devil with my religious parents in the room. That was a very awkward. We watched the whole fucking thing. I don't know why. We shouldn't have. They should have stopped at some point and then been like, "Hey, you can't
I
watch this."
guarantee you that in the first like 15 minutes of the original movie, you wouldn't have been able to watch the whole movie.
Yeah.
At all.
I was like, "Oh, this looks really cool. He's fighting like a monster. That monster's the devil, son." So yeah, that's how I found out that like Toxic Avenger was originally not a child's property. My parents also found out. Again, I have no fucking idea why they let me watch that entire thing.
Spawn, the animated series.
Yeah, that's when I found out cartoons could be very adult, and my parents found out too. There were warnings on the VHS box in the movie store after that.
Right.
And it was all my fault.
I had passed into my adulthood when I finally got to watch the Toxic Avenger in college. And I think my kind of whistle in the graveyard about death comes from the Toxic Avenger because there's the group of just assholes, and it's like they're gym assholes. So it's like, okay, already I don't like these guys.
Yeah.
But then they hit a kid on a bike,
Right.
and the kid's like struggling to get back. So what do? They run over his head. It's in the movie. They did the effect for it. Later versions of it clip that the fuck out. And then they get out of the car to take pictures of it.
Yeah.
And it's just, whoa.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That's what, again, it's one of the things where it's like I'm not, whether this is good, but I always try to put a bit of humor on death just to kind of like cut that. But even there, that's one where it's like, if you thought that went over the line, yeah, okay, I totally agree with it. To me, like that's as close as to the line as I would allow. Anything past that is like now we're going in almost a snuff film. Like, geez,
Scanners.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Toxic Crusaders. And again, like anybody if has any that I'm not mentioning, just because they had some, like when you look at these lists, there were a few that were on these lists that I'm like, well, that's not an R-rated movie. Like the Beetlejuice cartoon, like I watched the shit out of that, but Beetlejuice isn't an R-rated movie.
It's not. It's like PG or PG-13. I think it's PG-13.
It's PG.
And you also had Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
There was a really good Teen Wolf cartoon.
Yeah.
The cartoon was actually really decent. I don't think they had a toy line for it, but the show it was an interesting show. It was one of the few that was like kind of interesting because they had outside of Michael J. Fox's character Teen Wolf, a lot of the original actors did voice work for the characters, so that was kind of cool too. To get a little extra.
Here's something a bit far afield. The movie, they actually debunked the dude with his penis out at the end of the movie. That's actually a woman in the stands who has her hand, but she's so up in the frame you don't see like that it's her hand like resting there. And so for like decades it's like, oh, that's just some dude whipped his dick out and like, oh, when we got no, like once they like got the whole frame in, it's like, oh, wow, this is like that was a like. Not even, I would say, an urban myth. I thought it was almost a confirmed thing. Like, oh my God, for all these years, like this. Nope. Turned out it was just somebody who got cropped out of frame.
Right.
Gonna move on to 1992, We have Conan the Adventurer.
Oh yeah,
based on the Conan the Barbarian movies and the
Conan the Destroyer.
Conan the Destroyer.
The book series by
what's the dude's? It's Howard
Robert E. Howard.
Robert E. Howard.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was the only thing that was in my head was Ron Howard, and I was like, that is absolutely the wrong thing.
No, I get you on that.
And
one.
I immediately for some reason think Edgar Rice Burroughs, but that's Tarzan.
That's the second thing that I went to.
Yeah.
And then also the a little bit later on, you had
John Carter of Mars.
Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
I was going to say John Carter of Mars, but
this was the one I was alluding to. Conan the Adventurer went 65 episodes.
Yep, and it was buried, at least for me in my area, on Sunday mornings, really fucking early, because they did not want this thing let out in the wild.
That is amazing. I probably should have done more research into it because it is amazing that like all these other ones are like
12 episodes.
12 episodes, and this one is like 65 episodes.
They had a sequel series called Conan and the Young Warriors.
Jesus.
That was only 13 episodes.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
That makes sense.
I don't know, 78 episodes of Conan. That's a good run.
Yeah, that's a really good run. That's better than any of these other ones got.
Yeah.
He must have had like a toy line or something that was.
I don't remember one, but there might have been one.
I feel like
even in like it wasn't until like 95 when like they kind of re-regulated things and kind of
the toy lines kind of started dying off because they couldn't really.
They at the very least you had to put like 2 minutes at the end where you had to like say some kind of educational
message. I think they also started doing it to where you couldn't advertise the toys for your toy line during the cartoon that you were showing. Like if you had like the new He-Man Masters of the Universe cartoon plan, they couldn't be doing He-Man toy commercials on it.
Yeah. There was a toy line.
Okay.
Released by Hasbro in 1992.
Oh wow, Hasbro even. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they have pictures?
I feel that it has to be like for it to go 5 seasons and not have any toys and not try to try to jump on that. But like a 1-season show, yeah, absolutely. It didn't get famous.
But like
enough.
92, this is when I was like peak. This is like part of my peak. Like I am fucking watching shit, and I am buying toys and shit. And this one, like, I know nothing about.
This is also during the time period. I know this isn't really. I mean, it's sort of like adjacent because it's cartoons or whatever. Where you had like. There were like a couple of cartoon series that were like fucking badass, but these weren't based off of like R-rated movies or anything, but they could have been. It was like Pirates of Dark Water.
Oh yeah, Pirates of Dark Water is great.
Skeleton Warriors. Yeah. Also, and I think there was like another one too, like Mummies Alive or some shit.
Yeah, that was a little bit later than Pirates of Dark Water.
Oh yeah, that was like more like late 90s, early 2000s.
That was closer to the late 90s. That was Mummies who like had like magic armor. Those I love. Dude,
Pirates
Alive.
Like right now, like whenever after you listen to this show, go watch Pirates of Dark Water. Yeah. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. It still stands up.
Yeah, it's better than anything that we're talking about, to be quite honest. Mm-hmm. The next one I have is 1994. I want
to establish something. So I'm on IMDb now, looking at Conan the Barbarian.
Sure.
And they're talking about why it was rated, or the content rating, why it was going on. And this is some of the most like vanilla ways of describing this, like I possibly could imagine. Like for instance, this is from IMDb. It is insinuated that a man has sex with a slave woman. You see her breasts as she approached. They lay down together. There is an orgy with some topless women. No sex is shown. Just people laying about and rolling onto one another lazily. They are moaning sounds for a minute. Several scenes with scantily clad women who are slaves or servants. Their breasts are sometimes seen from behind flowing clothing or hair.
Do they have a description of when he's banging the demon chick?
There are 2 softcore sex scenes. In both, a man is seen from multiple angles, laying on top of a woman and thrusting. The woman is groaning and growling. Buttocks are shown. It is clear they are having sexual I'm sorry. That was drier than an 8-hour baked chicken, and I couldn't fucking get through that. I'm sorry.
It is clear.
No, wait. this is shown in the same scene.
Uh-huh.
Like I get, like, if you're trying to explain, like, on IMDb, if you're trying to explain this, like, this is what you're walking into.
Yeah.
You also don't want to sensationalize it.
Yeah.
But that is the only spice we put on this chicken was nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it just was the way it is.
This man turns into a giant snake.
Yeah.
Rated R for your protection.
So back on track.
Yeah.
In 1994, we have Highlander, the animated series.
Oh, yeah. Like,
I watched there was like an intro. It was a movie that was just like the first couple of episodes.
Sure.
This one was interesting because there was a young boy who was a Highlander, and then there was the older bad guy who's the Highlander.
Yeah.
And the old bad guy, he wants to just kill all the immortals.
Yeah.
Like
Like
regular. But then you're like, well, how are they going to do this with the kid? Does he have to kill everybody? No. It turns out there's like a ceremony that you can do to pass along your immortal powers.
The quickening.
You can just do a quickening without they can just give you the quickening stuff.
Right.
It's like, this is, even as a kid, I was like, well, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Because at this time, I was watching, there was the Highlander TV series that I was watching the shit out of.
I love that show.
I think the kid was actually named McLeod. I think he was in the cartoon.
Yeah. He was definitely named McLeod. It's like Skywalker syndrome.
Yeah. But yeah, I was watching that, and the fucking TV show was cool because they killed people all the time.
The TV show is badass. At the time, for the time period.
Yeah. As a kid watching it, at the time, I have no idea how much it holds up because who has the time to go back and watch
I don't think it holds up. But as a teenager, it was cool too because they spent money on that show because they did different time periods. Like every episode, there was different time periods. The thing about the cartoon that got me was because I watched an episode or two of a lot of these just to keep up on what we're talking about, and weird choice because you're doing animated, right? Which means that like you can really utilize whatever time period you want. Mm-hmm. But let's not do that. Let's be primarily in like 22, 23 or something.
Yeah, it was like
in
a futuristic,
future. It's in the high future.
But there's also like a tree village.
I don't remember seeing that one, but
that was in like the movie that I watched as a child where it was like the first couple of episodes. Mm-hmm. That was like the first person that he like quickens who just gives him the shit.
No.
There was that one.
Did that have a toy line?
Maybe. Possibly.
Did Highlander the animated series have a toy line?
It probably did.
Maybe.
Now another one that I don't know if they actually did like full on like episodes for, but the movie Aliens had a toy line where it was you had all kinds of different fucking aliens, and then you had the colonial marines to fight them. I remember distinctly with one, there was a marine guy who like you could snap stuff on him, and he's supposed to like look like an alien, like but he has like a flamethrower on one like mechanical backpack thing. What you got?
Yes, on the toys.
Okay.
On Highlander?
Yeah,
yes.
Generally
Released
speaking.
by Primetime Toys in 1996.
Primetime Toys.
Let's also
Jesus
not
Christ,
forget the Highlander, the animated series video game for the Atari Jaguar.
Yeah, that means it's probably really good.
Because the
Jaguar. Nothing bad on the Jaguar.
No, the Jaguar existed from the years the dawn of time to the heat death of the universe.
Yeah,
so
it's been still going.
It's still with us.
Still going.
It's impressive for a console to get canceled the same year it comes out.
Inside every PlayStation 5 is an Atari Jaguar just waiting to come out.
Or a Virtual Boy.
But with the Alien, but I swear, I think it's with this, like I got a tape or something where there was a short, there was like an animated short where like these Marines are getting like beat to shit by the aliens, and this one guy the guy comes out and like takes them all out. That could be just a fever dream that I had.
Could have been.
I don't know. And that's really it until like the one that I found was very funny was a later one. This is the latest one that I could find. But nothing like really after 1994 until I found this. So, there's a movie called Starship Troopers.
Oh,
where
yep, I remember.
It got a lot of sequels, a lot of shit sequels, a lot
of
just horrible sequels, and it got a children's TV show that was done in CGI.
It was terrible.
It looked terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
It like just looking at it is like it's really bad. The funny thing about
this is what the second time Paul Verhoeven's been on the list, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah,
RoboCop, and then
RoboCop. All we needed was a
If you say a Showgirls animated series, I'm going to lose my.
Speaking of Showgirls,
no, I was thinking of the other Arnold one. We have to get the
Total Recall.
Total Recall. For some reason, I couldn't think of it.
Speaking quickly,
they could have done a Total Recall cartoon.
They could have.
In that vein, 100%.
Speaking of Showgirls, the second Starship Troopers movie was made for Showtime.
Yeah,
and it was very much like a Skinamax kind of. It wasn't wasn't quite softcore porn, but it was in that sort of subgenre. And then for the third movie, they tried to go serious and got Casper Van Dien back for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the third one was like PG-13.
Right. But there was a really terrible animated series though.
But after the second one, after the first one, like they also everybody who watched Starship Troopers. And then decided to make more Starship Troopers. Also didn't understand Starship Troopers.
Right.
It was all a satire.
Right.
So they just made them serious.
Right.
So you didn't have Paul Verhoeven having anything to do with it. So he So of course, like it's gonna be shit.
I think the anime it was called Space Marines, right?
Something like that.
I think it was called Starship Troopers Space Marines. And that's how they acted. They acted like fucking Space Marines, not Warhammer Space Marines, but like Marines in space.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like roughnecks.
It's called Roughneck Starship Troopers.
There we go.
Okay, that was Rico's Roughnecks. I have it written right here for some reason. I just did not
forgot.
Look at it.
Yeah.
More like the colonial Marines from Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that vein for sure.
And again loses all of its subtext. It's just this is a cool movie about people blowing up aliens, and there's nothing.
Right.
Hey, why do they look like Nazis all of a sudden? Don't worry about that. Yeah. So,
there's no metaphor in this.
There's
at all.
no metaphor. What is metaphor? Yeah. I know writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards.
Nice.
It's the subtlety of a brick, but a brick slipped under your head while you sleep.
That was literally like 2 buttons in a row.
Those are all that I have. Does anybody have any other ones?
Oh Jesus!
Really, after 1994, I think they really stopped.
Gone
doing
at that point. Well, also like the cool R-rated movies are gone.
Yeah,
as well.
We start like 99. That's when we get some really cool.
We start floating into like shitty fucking early 2000s R-rated horror movies at that point, like Darkness Falls. Fuck that movie. But yeah, I think at that point, like the shift, like the whole, like, you know, the thing about these things also is that as audiences get older, younger audiences get smarter, and also marketing. Like the thing is, people don't. This is something that people don't think about, right? Like when we grew up, or at least when I grew up, it was okay for you to be 10, 11, almost even 12 and have G.I. Joes and play with them.
Yeah.
If you are 10 years old today and you're playing with action figures, you're going to get beat up. If anybody discovers you're playing with toys. And now it's like you have to be like
parents, grandparents.
Yeah. Your parents will beat you up. You have to be like 3 or 4 to be playing with action figures now because of the way things are in society or whatnot. But that's another thing. So like these things scale out to where like they're not really in the interest of the people that they're aimed at anymore.
And I think one of the things that you also see with this is that movies start moving away from that R-rated. Like it really isn't until like The Matrix in 99 where you get like another big R-rated movie. Like all of these are like 80s properties that they kind of hey, can we make a little bit more money off of these?
Also, the straightforward like action genre is already starting to die off.
Yeah,
even without superhero movies to compete with it.
So, so like the people who have nostalgia for this are like aging out of cartoons by this time.
Yeah, 100%.
Anybody who knows about Rambo or RoboCop or Highlander, or anything like that, it's not going to appeal to them anymore because that's cartoons.
And if you look back at it and think about it this way too, like another thing about the 80s and like the cartoons being able to be like 30-minute commercials for toys, that's probably what their main fucking reasoning for making these properties in the animated series.
You hear about all the time. What was it? Even a more recent example, what was it? Young Justice, the kind of young. It was not Teen Titans, but it was basically Teen Titans. It got canceled originally because this was in like the 2010s, and the word was that it got canceled because they were like, hey, this is a boy show, and it's really like girls that are like buying toys and stuff right now. So we can't really make as many toys for this.
Right.
So that's why that one got canceled.
So
it's still, even like today, it's like, can we make
money
off of it? It's really more recently that you started to get these shows that are, we're going to make this and we might be able to merchandise some stuff, but it's not going to be like just because we're making toys, like your Gravity Falls, your Adventure Time.
And now you even have streaming because like the She-Ra reboot that they did on Netflix, that has a toy line.
Yeah.
So it's wild how things are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it goes back to, that's why I wasn't surprised there was a Conan the Adventurer toy line, because that's like, you put this out, even if your intention is not to directly monetize it, it's like you have the show, people want a piece of the show, so like t-shirts, toys, things like that. That to me is like the next wing of that. Because, and it's to make money, but there's also that notion of, you have that shirt, like you're showing your fandom, you have a piece of the show. There's a bit of a pseudo investment, like an actual investment that you put into the show that kind of plays off in the brand.
And it was also like the popularity of these movies were like lightning in a bottle, because I believe the Rambo cartoon comes out after Rambo 2. And you have like a lot of these things where, a lot of people, if you look back and you look, it's like, like Ghostbusters, what a classic movie. Yeah, but it wasn't a classic movie when it came out. It was just a movie. It was just a movie.
And it was also a risque movie,
too. It was, but it was also like...
Yeah, how many times I was like, oh man, I would love to show my kids Ghostbusters, but then I remember, there's a ghost blowjob scene. I don't feel like explaining that to my children, so we're just not gonna do that one.
Right, but like these little pockets of time though, where like this thing is very popular right now. Let's jump on it.
Well, what actually I think, at least for me, was what brought me knowledge of Rambo. Fucking Gremlins 2.
Yeah, that scene in Gremlins 2.
Gremlins 2 is Gizmo fucking watches one of the Rambos and then dresses up like Rambo at the end of it and starts like killing all the gremlins.
Which is like, the background.
I had no idea who the fuck Rambo was until I watched that movie.
And that character has background lore because they did it in the first movie. He was watching TV with Billy and saw and then figured out how to like get rid of Stripe at the end of the movie by doing the same stunt that he saw in a movie. That's crazy.
His little paperclip bow and arrow and the matches for arrows. That was great.
Yeah, he shoots like flaming arrows into the gremlins' faces.
Gremlins 2 is like badass.
Yeah.
That movie's fucking amazing.
Well, the thing is,
Gremlins 2 is what happens when the director is like, okay, fuck this.
Let's have fun.
We're gonna have fun and fuck these people for trying to make me make the same movie again.
Right.
Yeah. That's when it works. When it fails, The Matrix Resurrected or Resurrection.
Yeah. There's a Key and Peele sketch about Gremlins 2, and that is legitimately what happened with, because he was just like, fuck it, we're just gonna put all this crazy shit in it.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I love it when the Bat Gremlin crashes through the wall and it's the perfect Batman
Yeah.
symbol. Like it's fucking everything about that movie is good and fun and like the closest you can get to anarchy in a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, I watched Gremlins 2 way more than I watched Gremlins.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
But Gremlins is probably just the better movie. It's also like the scarier. Like it's legit.
more.
Oh,
it's
it's
supposed to be.
super darker.
It's supposed to be a horror movie.
Darker fucking
People
movie.
died in that movie.
Yeah. They just have
the
one
whole
of the main
Santa, the
characters
whole
talk
Sa-
about
the whole Santa
stuff.
monologue. Like holy
that
shit!
didn't need to be there.
The
You
only-
didn't have to do that.
The only thing that pissed me off about the second movie when I saw it was when Phoebe Cates was going over her story in the second movie, and they basically just shit on her father character from the first movie.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not cool.
Now I want to watch Gremlins again.
Yeah, Gremlins 2. Those are great.
They killed
That's a great
two. They killed 3 people in that movie. Mrs. Deagle died. The dude driving the bulldozer died. They retconned that for the second movie, and the teacher in the school died because that dude bit his finger off and probably ate him up whole.
Yeah.
That lady dying is one of the funniest things.
It is.
Yeah.
I was watching Gremlins.
That's the one that they shoot out from the from the lift, right?
Yes, yeah.
God,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah,
funny.
Mrs. Deagle.
No, I'm watching. I'm a child. I'm watching it with my mom, and that kill happens. She goes, "My God!" and she couldn't. She had to pause it on the VCR and just laugh for like 3 minutes.
There was. I know this is a side note. We're talking about Gremlins, but like, there's this little things they put in that movie. Like right before they put they basically like juice up her vehicle that she gets thrown out of the window, and you just hear one of them go, "Deagle, deagle, deagle, deagle."
They
Frank Welker did voices for those.
I believe it.
I'm almost certain.
Yeah.
At that time, you could almost put money on the fact that if somebody's doing a weird voice, he's
him
there.
and Frank Oz both.
Yeah, it's either him or Frank Oz. That's the two.
Dick Miller. Dick Miller is the snowplow driver.
Oh,
He
yeah.
Because Red Letter Media is doing.
They were it was him and his wife, right? I think because they were running him over with
Yeah,
like
they ran him over.
I believe it was both of them.
and then they're back in the next movie.
And the second movie,
Yeah.
they are right at it. Yeah.
That's because that was a Joe. Because Red Letter Media is doing a list of like their favorite Joe Dante movies.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he mentioned Dick Miller, which can no longer happen now, unfortunately, because of his passing. But Dick Miller is like a recurring actor in all of Joe Dante's movies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Like him, Robert Picardo, who played the doctor on Voyager. He's one of the main werewolves in The Howling, and he's also the chief of security in Gremlins 2.
He's also in 2 Roger Corman movies, Bucket of Blood and the original Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
So get us back on track. I think they actually did. They have a cartoon for Gremlins.
Yes.
I want to say I remember.
It wasn't.
Gremlins isn't R-rated, but it damn near should be.
It was PG-13.
It was PG. It was one of the 3 or 4 movies. It was Poltergeist, and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom that created the PG. After that, they said, "Hey, we need something in between PG and R because these movies aren't fucking PG."
Right.
2023 HBO Max produces Gremlins: Secrets of the Mowgli.
Mogwai.
Mowgli, yeah.
Yeah.
Mowgli is the
The boy
Jungle
from
Book.
Jungle
Jungle
Book.
Book.
Yeah.
Jungle Book.
That's got to have a fucking button on it.
Bare
I will-
necessities.
The simple. That was less Gremlins and more Tomatonga. I'm sorry.
I was thinking you were almost also Mars Attacks in there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair too. Yeah, that's fair too.
But yeah,
2023 HBO Max produces.
Also,
one.
I
just
could have swore they had one
in the 80s.
in the 80s or 90s.
There was a Nintendo game for sure.
oh, the Gremlins 2 video game is low key like for the NES is like low key one of the best like games on the NES.
Unlike Goonies 2. All right, continue.
Let's wrap this up because now we're talking about Gremlins.
Yeah.
Which is an excellent subject, but not the
topic of tonight. Yeah.
So, does anybody else have anything else about these cartoons?
I would like to
talk
give
about?
like a minute or two, just for a minute or two,
Sure.
to our only historian of this because we all lived it. He didn't.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you missed out on something as this stuff was happening more so before you were born? Do you feel like you missed out on like just insanely violent or just R-rated movies turned into stuff that was designed for you going to school as an elementary school.
Also seeing like R-rated action movies when you were like, underage for
well,
it.
no,
RoboCop.
he's established in the past. Like his dad would like, and let me say this. Also, like, it's not that he threw it on and then you just watch it and he's off in the other. Like he would watch it.
Let's watch Commando together.
Let's watch Cool World together.
Yeah. This is the man that said, "Hey, you like Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Watch Cool World."
Oh man,
it's the same man that
terrible.
did that.
I loved Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I was like, "Hey, can we watch Cool World?" And I was like, "I'm getting funny feelings about this, but I'm also like, this is bad. Like, this is not as good as Who Framed Roger Rabbit."
Yeah.
It's like a 8-year-old. I was like, "This is not as good as a."
Yes, more animated Kim Basinger, please.
I mean,
not live action Kim Basinger for some
live
reason.
action. I was like, "What the fuck is this bullshit? This isn't what I signed up for." I want those tits animated, sir.
8-year-old Brady screaming that at the fucking television.
For shame, Ralph Bakshi. For shame.
Let me know when Brad Pitt becomes a better actor.
They didn't make Jessica Rabbit into a real person halfway through that fucking movie.
Back to the
That's
question.
because no human woman could bear breasts that large and not have their spine go, fuck this.
There was one Halloween, Heidi Klum went as Jessica Rabbit, like anatomically correct, and it was one of one of the most disturbing things that I've ever seen her do. Yeah. And she went as a worm one year. A giant worm.
From Dune?
No,
just a worm.
Just a worm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So anyway,
do I feel like I missed out? I mean, yeah, like there's things that ask me like 3 weeks ago that hey, did they ever make Police Academy cartoon? I'm like, fuck no, they didn't.
Also, asked you 3 weeks ago, hey Ethan, have you heard of Police Academy?
I Police Academy, I have seen those before.
Again, his father. To be fair, his father here's some cool shit from when I was.
That's
when I was
wild.
young.
Yeah,
like, I watched Rambo.
Say,
I've seen Rambo. I've seen RoboCop. Police Academy. Trying to think through.
Have you seen
Highlander.
Porky's?
Porky's? No.
Okay.
I have not seen Porky's. I've also have not seen Weekend at Bernie's. So I don't know if that's related.
So there is necrophilia in that movie.
Yeah.
They made a sequel to Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes, they did.
So
did they make more than one?
I don't.
They may have, but I only know of the one. And that's where like there's the romantic subplot between Bernie and a woman who doesn't realize he's dead.
Yeah.
So,
yes, I do feel like I've missed out of some things.
I will say with these cartoons, for the most part, you're not really missing out on much because again, these were 30-minute commercials and they didn't really put much in them.
Right.
A lot of these were done very cheaply, and that's one of the reasons why they only last like a season. Things like the Real Ghostbusters that went on for a decent amount of time. At least a few seasons.
To the point where when it went to the Real Ghostbusters and Slimer, you can stop watching it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles went for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like for the longest, I didn't know that started in the 80s because it went so far into my childhood.
It did.
In the
It started
90s.
in like 89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most of these, like they're just fine. But it is an interesting thing of like, man, we really did that. We really went out there. It was like
that really happened.
The one that really sticks out for me is like Toxic Crusaders. Huh.
Right.
Because that's a movie where it's really like you're gonna be like, oh man, I should not have shown my children this, but which I imagine is how my parents felt after he had to fight Satan.
You turned out all right. Don't worry about it.
Did I?
Okay, you didn't turn out all right. I'm sorry.
Makes you think what other trauma properties would have done well as a cartoon.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
Like Sergeant Kabuki Man and Class of Nukem High.
Yeah. So
there's no way you can make Class of Nukem High a kid's children. not a kids animated show. You could make it an adults animated show. It actually probably would do better because you could do all the weirder shit.
I feel like before Toxic Crusaders came out, you probably could have said the same thing about Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
But
that's to be fair, everything is inevitable after it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So is there anything that we missed? I don't think so. But if there is something, just tell us.
Comment or travelers on the omnibus.
Or which of these was your
gmail.com.
favorite? Do you remember watching any of these as a child? Did you have any of the toys? Yeah. So
do you have a VHS tape of the unaired pilot of Class of Nukem High at the animated series?
Should they have turned some of the cartoons that were pretty borderline into R-rated movies, like The Spiral Zone, where they had visible diseases on their faces?
Do you want an R-rated Snorks?
No, because we know what the entire thing is going to be.
Yeah.
Brady, I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
that you considered it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because I thought for a
was
second of what
consideration.
that would actually entail, and we all know what it would entail.
Penis jokes.
Not just penis jokes.
It is the 2020s.
If you don't know what the snorks are, look them up. Look up a picture of a snork,
Yes.
and then imagine what you would do R-rated.
No, we'll go one further. Look up Snork's Rule 34, and
Oh,
you'll know
don't do
exactly
that.
what it does.
No,
like.
Don't do that.
don't
Don't
ever
do that.
look up anything
Yeah.
and then Rule 34 afterwards. That is your
Put Rule 34 in front of it.
that is your rule.
That'd be
That
great.
is your Travelers on the Omnibus tip for the day. Don't ever do that.
Or Rule 63.
Jesus, I don't even know that one, and we'll talk about that one off air.
I am just gonna see what a snork is.
It's made by the same guy who did the Smurfs.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
gonna do
It's
it.
a Smurf.
It's
an
Smurfs underwater.
It's underwater Smurfs, but they also have a particular
A protrusion.
protrusion.
Yeah.
So
There's an online game.
Gotcha.
next fucking week, we are going. I've been trying to wrap this up for fucking 20 minutes. We're doing it now.
I really hope people think you have a gun pointed to my head right now. It's like, you shut the fuck up.
Next week, we're going to be doing. We're going to go back to a chalkboard. It's
Chalkboard.
going to be the top 5 monologues or speeches in movies and TV. I've been thinking about this one. This is going to be an incredibly hard fucking list to narrow it down to 5.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a nightmare, but join us for that
All I say is good luck, gentlemen.
next week.
Oh,
what
that's
we're
right.
gonna be-
You're not going to fucking be here.
I am good.
Which one are you missing? You were missing one, right?
No. I think we talked about like he was going to be missing like a previous one
Oh.
that
Yeah,
we were going to do this,
Yeah,
but we
this was
kind
a previous one.
but we
Okay.
moved this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. All right.
Yeah, we
so we saved that one.
2 or 3 weeks ago we were planning on doing this, and he was going to move, and he was going to miss it, so we moved it.
Yeah.
And then we moved it again because I came up with this one, and I kind of forced everybody to do it. So yeah, check that out for Travels on the Omnibus. If you have any gaming needs, come to McNarb's.
Sometime soon, there's gonna be Spider-Man.
Next week, as of this recording, I think is the pre-release.
shit, it
right?
is next
the
week,
pre-release.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, just real quick, this will go up Friday, the 12th of September, 2025. That same day, we're getting a Nintendo Direct. So next week we might be also be talking about that. Going back to McNarb Gaming, if you want a bunch of growth cycle, I don't even know what card I fucking bought. Jesus Christ, growth spiral. They've got them in the commons and uncommons playable box at McNarb Gaming in Goshen, Mississippi. Dig them out.
Yeah.
They also have blind box Labububos.
Yeah.
Labubu's.
If you
They've sold a third of them. There are 2/3 left.
if you want to jump on that hype train,
Find the golden Labubu.
get on it. So yeah, that's it for Travelers on the Omnibus. I am Bray Davis.
Jody Kite.
I should have
Me,
continued with the
Ethan,
bit.
Skin.
Me also, James McCarthy. I'm doing my full name this time. There you go.
See you later.
Yep.
Oh, it's
Pretty
good stuff
So
there.
there's this online game, and it shows you 2 pictures, and you have to pick out. And they're not bad pictures, but you have to pick out which has had more Rule 34 done of it.
Oh,
Like what has more entries on Rule 34.
Rule 63 or 64 is if it exists, there's a porn of it.
No, that's 34.
That's 34.
That's 34.
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No,
No,
that's
no,
why.
no,
That's
no.
why. Yeah, that's why 34.
No.
I'm not gonna.
No.
I'm
Rule
not gonna figure
34.
out what the answer is.
No.
if it exists, there is porn of it. That's 34.
Is it
Rule
34?
34.
Yeah, that
Is
is
it?
34.
Oh.
34.
However, I'm not gonna look
It's
up what
Speed
63
2.
is.
It's Speed 2.
yeah,
Speed 2.
Oh, that's right. That was Speed 2.
That was Speed 2.